Welcome everybody. I am going to be talking about Regigigas. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one. Before I get into the buffs and changes here, though, I have a very quick disclaimer to check out the description below and make sure you check out the move guide right here on the Google Sheet. You can see all of the buffs and changes in the hack, but most importantly, the move ones are listed out in a very detailed sheet for you to look at because every move is buffed or changed in his hack. But with that being said, Regigigas, yes, he kept slow start. No, it is not bad anymore. And no, he doesn't have 125 base attack with slow start. That's not how that works. I'm sure most of you watching this know how that works, but I mean, it's actually not that much worse, but it doesn't have it. It doesn't have for base attack. It has the numerical value. It's equivalent to 100 base attack, okay? However, you have 185 base HP. He is currently the third highest HP planned, second highest actually. Wailord is 200. Regigigas is 185. There's one Pokemon I have planned that will have in between those two, and then I don't know. Maybe like Zygarde Complete or something will be up there as well. But like he's one of the 5 highest HP stats in the game for sure, because HP is based a lot more on size now. And I mean, come on, he's fucking Regigigas. His stats are actually based on the other Regis. The other Regis have 85 HP, 150 offense, 100, 200 defenses, and then 15 speed. Regigigas has 100 more attack than Regirock does, and it has the same special attack stat as Registeel, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he has the normal ground typing. That's a pretty obvious change, I think. It's incredible for dual stab. It is a little bit worse in terms of weaknesses because you just gain weaknesses. You don't gain any. Well, you gain a lot of resistances, so you gain extra resistances, but you do gain a couple weaknesses. But you're so fucking bulky, it doesn't matter. But the main thing here is, in competitive, slow start is garbage. It always will be. Even with these stats, I guess in current competitive, like if let's say this Regigigas was just teleported into real games, he'd probably be pretty good. Maybe like RU or something. I mean, maybe even higher. I don't know. Crush Grip is pretty crazy, honestly, with like AB or something. So honestly, he would be pretty good. But even then, like the fact that the hammer doesn't reset when you switch out makes it terrible. But in game, it's so much easier to get those 5 turns of slow start. You have several ways. You have slack off. You have, and the thing is, another thing I want to clarify before I even talk about how easy it is to stall the turns out. You don't need to stall them out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, your attack stat is literally identical to 100 base attack. You can do the math if you don't believe me. It's literally identical. You hit 328 with 329 with adamant, and then you hit 299 with neutral, which is identical. I think adamant with base 100 is 328, so you're actually technically slightly stronger, but it's the same. Okay, you have 100 base attack, so your special attack and attack are 100 base, and then even with slow start active, then you're just an incredibly tanky mon with great utility and great offense. Like 185, 110, 110 bulk is fucking behemoth. He's tanking super effective hits for days with this bulk. And then, 5 turns passes by and you're an absolute beast. Obviously, it's nothing too overpowered because Crush Grip does a limited PP and Crush Grip only. Also, if he is overpowered, like, that's fun. Like, it's Reggie fucking Gigas, man. Like, like, go off, bro. Like, it's fun, dude. There's a lot of crazy shit in this hack, so it's not like he would stand out too much, but yeah, he's incredibly bulky. He has great coverage, great offensive move pool, and then you have Slack Off, as well as Rest, Sleep Talk, or Rest Chesto, or Resto Chesto, whatever you want to call it, and then lastly, Crush Grip heals you by 100% HP, which is insane, and you also have Drain Punch or Giga Drain if you want to use those. Assault Vest Regigigas would go fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Yeah, you don't even need to run investment in your HP. You could run Max Fizz Def, Max Attack, and then max speed up. Another thing is special sets are also great because, like I said, your physical attack for those 5 turns is equal to your special attack. So you can actually run special sets because you have a very good move pool. You have stuff like Tri Attack, which is 105 base power. Overall, hits 3 times. Land's Wrath is very strong. Hyper Beam is the same as Giga Effect, both of it is a 160 base power and drop your special attack stat by 2, same as Land's Wrath, although that's 150 base power, but you get the idea. And he has incredible coverage all around, both physically and specially, and he has great setup with Calm Mind and Bulk Up as well. He is extremely slow, and he is very susceptible to taunt, which could definitely throw off your strategies. But honestly, even if you're not running Slack Off, like, Crush Grip is very late in the hack, that's for sure, so you'll only have Crush Grip for Hapu, Gladion, Mount Lanakila, the League, and the post game. So you won't have it, and you'll get Regigigas probably in the wormholes. So you'll be going like 5 to 10 levels without Crush Grip, but until then you have Slack Off, Drain Punch, Giga Drain, and Rest Talk. So or Rest Chesto. So like that's still totally fine, and you can always just heal up another way as well, like Wish Support or something if you really wanted to do that. But you don't need to do that. You have Slack Off right there. But yeah, AV sets go fucking stupid. His move pool's incredible. I mean, you see all these coverage moves that he gets. He already had good coverage before, but I, of course, added some more. Flavor-wise, I think moves like Icy Hammer, Wood Hammer, Avalanche fit because he did craft. Well, number one, the grass moves fit because, you know, he has the grass growing on him, and he's like this elemental titan. And then the ice moves fit because he crafted Regigigas, so that's why I gave him stuff like Ice Hammer and Avalanche. And, of course, he already had Ice Punch, and he has stuff like Ice Beam and Blizzard now as well. He's just the GOAT. I fucking love Regigigas, if you can't tell. I actually have a shrine of Reggie plushies on the, literally right next to my monitor. If you're curious what that looks like, you could join my Discord server. I sent a picture in there the other day. It's pretty sick. So yeah, I really love the Reggies, and this is no exception. He's the GOAT. You also have other good setup like Amnesia with, you know, Slack Offer healing moves or Crush Grip. Keep in mind, Crush Grip is only 120 base power if they're full HP. So if they're at 75% HP, you're 90 base power. If they're at 50% HP, you're 60 base power. So it's not like that's bad because you're also healing all the damage back. Like, he's fucking ridiculous, man. He's the GOAT, as he should be. And it's crazy how good he is with slow start. Like, this is just with slow start. He also has the highest base attack in the game. He'll be tied with Arceus, which you will see soon. Although I won't make a video on that because he's not obtainable. He'll just be a post-game optional boss, a boss fight. But yeah, other than that, he's tied for the biggest base attack in the game. And of course, after those 5 turns run out, if you stall them out, then you're just the absolute GOAT. He is like, I'm kind of overselling his bulk. Like, don't get me wrong, he is swallowing super effective hits, but he is slow. He can get worn down easily if you don't manage to get off the Slack off in time. Like, you can't switch him into 2 strong super effective moves. You know, like a Ruthless Surging Strikes or something that's still gonna 2-shot him easily. Maybe even Oko, depending on what it's coming from and what your stats are, your EVs and IVs and stuff. But he's still the GOAT, all right? It's Regigigas. He's great. I did want to keep Soul Star for the soul. If you remember the old docs, the OG viewers, the OG Sweltering fans, you'll remember that I had like Steelworker and a couple other random bullshit abilities on him, which is fun, but it felt a little off. You know, like, this is more fun. He's Soul Star, but he's still the GOAT. You know, I love it, and he's absolute tank. We love Regigigas here. Okay, just awesome. I don't really know what else to say, honestly. It's very self-explanatory. You just stall the turns out, or you just are good without the turns, because literally, dude, if this was a regular, like, this is a regular Pokemon, right? Say he didn't have Soul Star, say he had like Pressure or something instead, and he just had 100 base attack. Like, that's still a great Pokemon. That's still incredibly bulky, mixed attacker with great dual stab and great coverage, you know. So it's still really good. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This was a quicker one. You can also check out the other Reggies in the description below, and of course you can check out every other Pokemon in the hack in the description below, and most importantly, you can check out the move buffs and changes down below as well. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I could cover a bunch of other little things because he has tons of other little cool things he can take advantage of. Powerful stab moves, great utility with a bunch of other cool things that he can do. But I'm just going to leave it out there. I guess I'll say lastly, Infinite User Dick Butt is pretty good because he's so bulky. You can use that as like a pivot. You know, you can just take any hit and then get a free swap in. Also, having normal ground is also having 2 immunities is nice. But yeah, I'll leave it off there. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you found this informative. If you did, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am trying to hit 1K soon, so that will be very helpful. Again, all the resources are in the description below. So I thank you for your time, and we're basically done with Sinnoh. So thank you so much.